Remember when Xbox had a huge library of JRPGs and Japanese exclusives? Well, that's no longer the case. Today I'm going to make a video on why Xbox misses out on Japanese games. My name is Sam Maddock and I will be talking about this today. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I will highly appreciate it. The Xbox 360 used to be the dominant platform to get your favorite JRPGs, such as titles like Infinite Undiscovery, Last Remnant, Tales of Vesperia, Magna Carta 2, and so much more. During the Xbox 360 era, Microsoft invested in partnerships with Japanese game developers to bring content to their platform. This exclusivity often involved financial incentive or co-development agreement. By securing JRPG exclusive, Microsoft aimed to diversify its game library, appeal to a wider audience, and compete effectively with Sony PlayStation. Later in the life cycle, you started to see more of Xbox 360 exclusive JRPGs roll over to the PlayStation 3. It seemed like Microsoft saw the picture that PlayStation consoles have remained the primary platform for many JRPGs. Shifting on to the newer generation of platforms, we saw a decline of Japanese titles coming onto the Xbox. Later, until Phil Spencer became the head of Microsoft Gaming, we started to see more of Japanese titles coming onto the Xbox Game Pass, big titles like Persona and Yakuza. It seemed like Phil Spencer took awareness that Xbox players need more of a library containing Japanese developers. But it still doesn't help that many titles are still not launching on Xbox. Titles such as any free-to-play MiHoYo games. Now I know that MiHoYo games are Chinese developers, but I'm bringing it to the list because of how successful their games are, and obviously taking heavy inspiration from anime through its art. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus / the new upcoming Grand Blue Relink. Any Idea Factory titles aside from Neptunia X Sister, which recently is coming out on Xbox, Fate / Samurai Remnant, Blue Reflection, Under Night In-Birth 2, and the list goes on. In a recent Giant Bomb at Night stream, Spencer gave a brief explanation to some of the reasons why Xbox is having a hard time attracting Japanese game devs. And he quotes, "It's not one thing. Sometimes it's business deals that are done. Sometimes the team has to focus on their just, hey, we only support 2 or 3 platforms. They're kind of reducing development risk. It is real. Every platform you add adds more work to the development team. Sometimes it's just a team that doesn't have a lot of connection to Xbox. They don't necessarily see it in their local game store when they walk in. It's even why a presence on the ground with Xbox. Even if we're not selling as many consoles as the competition, if you go to Yadaboshi Camera, I want there to be an Xbox section. I want there to be games that are shown. I also want the teams that are kind on a base level that Xbox is a games platform. It is something that they see on their daily lives. I love the progress that we made over the last 5 to 6 years there, but there's obviously much more work to do. I do agree with Phil Spencer. They have made progress over the last 5 to 6 years. As I previously said, Yakuza and Persona are big names that you can see on Game Pass, and titles like Danganronpa, Guilty Gear Strive, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, and the upcoming Final Fantasy XIV release on Xbox, which is huge. On September 2023, during an interview for Game Watch, Spencer stated, "Japanese creators are also part of Microsoft Game Studios. And although there are some titles that cannot be announced yet, we are working with Japanese teams to develop new games. The development environment is growing, including first and third party titles, so I think we can expect more Japanese titles to appear in the future." And if you really look into the big picture, Xbox players are mostly playing shooter titles or action adventure or even sports games at most. If Phil Spencer really wants to prioritize Japanese development support, they should look back into their previous library of heavy JRPGs released on the Xbox, find many Japanese developers to develop Xbox exclusive titles, as we recently saw the release of Hi-Fi Rush, which was developed by Tango Gameworks. We also saw during the Game Awards 2023 that Hideo Kojima and Xbox are partnering up to develop a new game called OD. If Xbox continues to create new partnerships with big Japanese game designers, maybe it will be acknowledged that Xbox doesn't need Japanese third-party support. What they need is Xbox exclusives created by huge Japanese game designers. Reach out back to Shinji Mikami and finish the Cancel Scalebound project. That would be great. And Hi-Fi Rush was one of the most underrated titles of 2023. Speaking of Hi-Fi Rush, returning on January 18th, Xbox will be presenting a developer direct. So hopefully we will see what they have up their sleeves to see if there's any more collaborations with Japanese devs and Xbox game studios. It's hard when you're in competition with 2 Japanese giants, that being Sony and Nintendo. Even Steam gets a ton of Japanese development support. My guess is because there's a huge player base that plays on Steam, which is easier for numerous titles to sell extra after porting over the games. I've seen a lot of people try new games on Xbox Game Pass, but if they're not adding Japanese third-party titles to Xbox Game Pass, the chances of it selling well is very low. Game Pass is literally how Xbox is surviving in the market right now, but there's also a lot of developers who do not want to put their games on Game Pass. If you look at the differences between PlayStation Plus Essentials and Xbox Game Pass, you will notice the differences in like how many Japanese titles are on PlayStation Plus Essentials compared to Xbox Game Pass. With that being said, let me know what you guys think. Why doesn't Xbox receive much third-party support from Japanese developers as it used to previously during the Xbox 360 era and also even the Xbox original era? Please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like and also subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe. I see a lot of people viewing my videos but not subscribing. I would highly appreciate it. My name is Sam Matic, and I'll see you guys in the next video.